You'll have to forgive the video. It's done pretty quick. I wanted to get this response out. This is to Venom Fang X. First, let me compliment you on the closest thing to an honest and polite video that I think you've ever done. I watched the whole thing through in one setting, actually several times, to make sure that I'd seen it and got the gist of it and heard what you had to say, and it was done very well. A couple quick points here. First off, censorship. You say that the reason that you started censoring your videos is because, or your channel is because people who got on threatened to kill you, and there was just so much hate that you censored them. But rather than just censoring the people who said, I hate you, I hope you die, I want to kill you, stab you till you bleed out on the ground, you censored everyone who had any viewpoint that disagreed with your video. I have not seen anything that said, I don't exactly agree with your point here. Now, granted, I haven't scoured your videos for responses, so there might be some in there, but the vast majority have been completely censored of anything that is bad at all. Secondly, you say that the reason you're here on YouTube is to warn people away from hell, and that you want to do this. So you've decided that whether they lead a righteous life or not, if they're not praying in the correct way, God will send them to hell. And I guess it will come down to personal beliefs. Should there be a God, I wonder if he'll judge me on the fact that I didn't believe in him and led a righteous life, and judge me lower than a person who led a less righteous life with more sinning and terrible acts, murder, rape, just horrible, vile things, but prayed and was very religious. It's interesting how that stacks up. I can't see it being in the favor of a more wicked person, but like I said, we don't know. Third, you say that forgiveness is more a Christian attribute at this, and you're starting to believe that, as there's just so much atheist hate for you here on YouTube. Did it occur to you that you're just not the type of person that Thunderfoot wants to be a friend with? I mean, all I know about you is through the couple of videos that I'm watching. I'm not even a subscriber to you. I'm not really an avid watcher. I peek in on your channel every now and then, and I am a subscriber to Thunderfoot's channel. All he knows about you is probably all I know about you, and it's all that comes from your channel, which is kind of a one-trick pony. Convert or you go to hell. Now, I don't spend my days and nights studying your videos, but that's pretty much what I've got. That, and Evolution's bogus, and you've got a couple other videos. You use these to try and claim the moral high ground here. Out of curiosity, Venom, do you like kung fu movies? See, kung fu movies are alright. I would consider going out and seeing a kung fu movie. But if I'm learning about you from your profile, I have no idea your opinion on kung fu movies. Um, what else do I have here? I don't know that you're so much interested in wanting to be friends with someone on here as spreading the word of God. And there are a whole bunch of reasons to do this. I would imagine that it's likely in your case, the religion itself talks about how good it is to spread it around, sometimes kindly, sometimes darkly, through violence. There's a whole lot of religious violence. That's really how all sorts of ideas in politics are propagated and stay on top. But I'd also imagine that it makes you feel pretty good, doesn't it? I mean, converting people and knowing that you're doing God's work and that sort of thing. It's the same reason that some charities are profitable. Now, it doesn't have the sort of moral high ground of so many believers, but a lot of people give to a charity not so much that they even know where the money's going, but that they have that wonderful feeling if they've done something. You then go on to say that what a Christian is a bad person that needs forgiveness and that has accepted Jesus and can be forgiven. Basically, this is fear at its finest, and it's one of the things I hate about religion. In my religious experiences, because I had been religious until I just could not make myself believe any longer, I was told to love and fear God, and this right away was bad for me. I don't want anyone who loves me to fear me. It seemed very contradictory. Um, it's just a way of controlling people. I mean, you're afraid of hell, and out of the goodness of your heart, you think that other people should be afraid of hell because I got to be honest, the idea of hell is terrible. It's burning for all eternity for someone. And if you've been burned, it doesn't even have to be for very long. It's not pleasant. Can you imagine all eternity of burning? No, I'd want to save people from that too. But if you can get aside, if you can get around hell and realize it for what it is, it's just a tool to control people. At the end of your video here, you talk about all the bad things Thunderfoot's done. Again, claiming the moral high ground, painting this picture of Thunderfoot that's just not true. This is kind of my conspiracy theory on your video. I would imagine, now again, I have no proof, that you opened up this to video responses and comments as bait for angry atheists, so that you get them in bad responses and say, see, this is why I censor my things, because there's just so much hate and violence. And it would serve two steps. It would first make the people who enjoy your channel because they think your message is holy and righteous, first it would say, Brother Sean, he has to censor it because of all that hate on there. And then the second thing is, you get the atheists who are made to look like villains because of just a few responses. Now, I would love to be proven wrong on this, just as you would love to be proven wrong, but, time will tell. I want to have tons of positive responses, something like mine, that are tell you that this is a step in the right direction, but sadly the law of averages says there's going to be some douchebag on here that's going to go, yep, we should burn him. And, I don't agree with what you say, but I'm not even for censoring you. I just would like people to choose the more appropriate belief system, something founded on evidence rather than a doctrine. I've kind of drifted off course. I was trying to choose my words very wisely, so I apologize for that. Let's talk about the things you open the door to at the end. If you really want to fix things, and I mean really, you start off by being honest. If you're really willing to open up your comments and say, I'm willing to change, you can't go back and say, but I think all you're interested in is vindictiveness and revenge. Because if you say that, I get to go have my conspiracy theory and say, you're seeing what you want to see. You think people are interested in vindictiveness and revenge. I kind of think that's why you opened up comments to this, is so that you can get some of that hate out here and use it for your own agenda. And I can't prove it, but it could be. Now, the same thing with you leaving YouTube for a brief period. I imagine, and this goes back to what you said about Thunderfoot not wanting to disappoint his subscribers, I'll bet you don't want to disappoint yours too. When you left YouTube, I don't know why exactly you did it, but it really does make you look like a victim. And when you come back in all the triumph, it's just amazing. It's like the athlete who bounces back from cancer twice, maybe 3 times, and all the hype that does, It's just your story of triumph, and it really does something for your message. It helps people see you as a stronger person than maybe you would be. Ironically, hold on, I started reading in the wrong place. You ask Thunderfoot to forgive you at the end of this and say, tell you what you've done wrong, but you've never listened to anyone who's criticized you before. To make this 180 is a huge step, and again, I think a step in the right direction. But do you know what it is that you do that pisses on Thunderfoot's hat and that pisses off the atheist community? It's your blatant and unwavering misrepresentation of the facts to suit your own agenda. You and the people like you, I'm speaking generally, but certain church leaders, Kent Hovind, that sort of thing, use faulty information, lie, cheat, and manipulate people to use your agenda. In your case, the self-gratification of converting people, like I've said. I think that you really believe you're doing them a favor and that you really believe you're saving them from hell. I do. You seem very, very sincere when you say that, and I believe that's what you want. But I also believe it makes you feel really, really good. Better than anything else you could do will make you feel good. Now, for churches, I have a slightly more cynical view. Church is a business. For them, it's about the money and free money, and all they sell is false hope and lies coupled with fear to keep